Oh, yeah. Hmm. I'm trying to get rental assistance while you, as law enforcement, are keeping me from my sons. Oh, um, I'm wanting to use the judicial system of the United States, and I want a phone call from my sons. And then, as I said, I'm going to be staying, quite possibly purchasing, a large number of five-star hotels where I wanted to be involved in a charity. Yeah. But you seem to think that you don't have to enforce the law. That you can keep my sons in a grade 2 years behind to where they should be. And then you can keep us all poor and well, this is a nice place. St. Regis. I like to know the debt. The debt of the five stars. Yes. The yield. And then the banks that said our portfolio's fine. We have no economic problems. Could you give me all the state banks that have private securities that are not listed? I've known those that invest in banks and they seem to have done really good for themselves. But I thought I'd start some banks because we had a little credit crisis and we increased the FDIC amount to 250,000 and we introduced the 30 and the 50-year bond. Yeah. Could you get me all the 50-year bonds that have been issued by every nation of the world? I'd like to know what they're yielding. Well, you think interest rates should be less than what they are because you're concerned the market might go down? Mm. I think interest rates should be considerably greater than what they are. Unemployment's at a 49-year low. Once in a while I do hear the news, and when I find out that everybody's employed and I'm not, yes, after having sent that many emails, I begin to consider, well, do I need to get out there and get a job? I mean, am I going to pay back child support? Are you going to put me in jail? You don't think that I thought about every client that I had when I was a financial consultant? I didn't think about the market going down in 2001, 2002. Oh, I didn't think about the credit crisis and going through a foreclosure. You seem to think that I'm unable to support my own family because of your obstruction of my rights and the rights of my family. I think, yes, that you should enforce the laws. That's what I think, Sheriff. It's none of your fucking business how I support my family. It's your obligation to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, I know you wanted to say that he's mentally ill. He's a homeless man. But after having spent the last 3 years communicating the crime of violating the laws of the United States, I just don't see how that holds water anymore. How's your portfolio doing? What's it yielding, Sheriff? How's your retirement at 68 years old? You had to get reelected because you have too much outgo considering the income? Poach. Have you been living a good life for the last 30 years of sheriffing? Now, there's some reward points that I just wanted to get. Yeah, I like these rewards cards where you stay in a five-star hotel. Yeah. Could you go through the yield of each and every five-star hotel throughout the world and then how many of them give reward points? Yes. Have their own card that they give out to their clients. Yeah. I was reading in here you can get 80,000 bonus points. Yes. If you belong to a certain hotel chain. So why don't you tell me what the actual reward points are for each and every five-star hotel that has any debt that they've been using to make improvements in their portfolio of hotels? Because sometimes you have that client that spends $1,000 a night, yes, to stay in one of these luxury suites so they can get that type of experience where The thought of getting all those points and being in the family, and they deserve to just kind of, well, these are rewards cards. I don't think they're necessarily credit cards. Yes. There's something that you belong, it's like belonging to achieve more together. Yes. Yes. I just wanted to know the yield of every hotel chain in the United States and the rest of the world. Yes. That rewards those. Yes. Well, I think somebody hasn't been paying for their hotel room. I know it's in here someplace. I did read it. Yeah. Well, how many reward points do you have? You were owed that, and you you had to. Well, these rewards that you get. How do they decide how many points you get? I mean, somebody's paying you to stay at their hotel because you have to be compensated for violating the laws of the United States. It's like a top secret family. Pow. Well, get me all the reward points that don't involve the use of a credit card. Yeah, that you get for belonging to a hotel chain, for staying at the same hotel month after month or year after year, and well, it starts to add up. It's well, there's no crisis. Unemployment's at a 49-year low. The economy's overheating. The market's just adjusting itself to the pre-existing stimulus. So there's no possible way right now. Get me all the reward points of the yield of the five-star hotels. Some of you got millions of them. Well, how did that happen? I told you that I'm going to be living in a five-star hotel. I said I was going to sue you and you were going to prison. You've issued court orders where there's been no due process to myself. You've held my sons hostage for 7 years and 5 months. And you absolutely refuse to recognize the importance of the requirements of the law. Now, when I tell you right now, I mean what I say. I want you to enforce the laws of the United States. I'm going to have to sue you for every reward point, yes, that you have for your credit cards, yes, and every reward point that you have for any. Oh, there is some monetary value right now.